Welcome to another episode of StarchCast, cast on the mountain, and we have crossed the 10 episode barrier. And today I am here with my wonderful guest Dash. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Dash Attack. I'm a VTuber on YouTube with 1K subs. I play games and I talk about pop culture.
Nothing wrong with that, my dude. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on in pop culture right now. Uh,
Oh yeah. Believe me, I know.
that's actually probably going to be my next episode with my irregular co-host. We've been covering the whole Gamergate 2.0 thing, and like we haven't
Oh
even
yeah.
touched upon the whole Marxism at GDC thing. Like, what a shit show!
Oh, I've been hearing about this. It's some sort of developer convention, and apparently, it all the panels are just like diversity, 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 right?
And there's literally like a thing of Marxism in games, and like so you've like there's a panel apparently.
Like, there's
So
an
you've been
actual panel.
canceled. I
It
don't get it.
actually, it's actually called Marxism in games.
Like, what a mess, man. Like, this whole thing. This time, this whole Gamergate thing started from fucking, like, a Brazilian dude just marking, okay, he has a creator, like, these games are made by Sweet Baby. And then it started this whole shit show. Like, ah.
No, it's good. It's great that it happened. It
No, it's great
needed
that
to
it
happen.
happened, but, like, I'm just so sick and tired of just everything turning into just a massive crap flinging contest on Twitter and everything.
Yeah,
Like, it's good that everything's coming to light, but like, oh man, I'm just so tired of everyone fighting each other at this point. Everyone's just at each other's throats.
yeah. I'm kind of like I'm a little like, it just seems like everyone's getting like super paranoid. People are like telling people like not to buy games, not to like do that, and I don't know. It just like I think like people should just pick and choose. But
Exactly,
I
pick and
understand
choose.
people. I understand people's anger about this stuff. It's like, but the thing is, all this stuff didn't get normalized like overnight. It's not going to get better overnight either.
Exactly.
It with this is the first step. What's happening right now is the first step to recovery.
Yeah,
We just have to keep calling it out. And what's going on with this Unknown 9 game? Have you heard about it?
yeah. Apparently, it's made by like two of the. If I'm remembering right, wasn't it made by the two co-founders of Sweet Baby, and then they're also going out of their
Yeah,
way to ban
they
any
were
talk
like,
about that?
yeah, they're banning anyone who mentions it. They're trying to hide it from the site, but Kim Blair is in the credits, and
Y-
she's like the CEO of Sweet Baby.
Yeah, but then like you go around and see folks on our side, or in this case that PC Focus thing, which I'm starting to think is one of Sweet Baby's stooges, having played the long game, because that dude's posting some crazy crap now. Have you seen his? I assume it's a
Oh,
him.
What's he posting now?
Oh, like there was this thing he posted pretty like recently today that one of the other things on our side came in with saying like, dude, like air your grievances, but don't bring in the crazy shit. Hold on, let me scroll down because I actually, man, I got too
Yeah,
much crap saved on
yeah.
my
Can you
phone.
oh,
Uh,
can you do a screen share maybe?
Hoku no
So I can see this.
Tism. If I can find the dude who
Oh yeah, I know. PC Focus. Uh,
PC Focus. Yeah, hold on, like the dude
I
went
mean,
friggin' insane. Hold on. I gotta scroll down a bunch because there's just all sorts of crap going on. Like with the
hang
PC.
on. I'll check on my phone.
Yeah. Alright, Awakening 9. Okay, that's. Oh,
Oh God, Keffels is trending.
yeah. Hey, let me check your DMs real quick, Dash.
Oh sure.
Because look at this
Oh
fucking crazy thing, dude. Like, it starts out normal, okay, and then it goes on to like
Dude,
talking
oh,
about
about
sodomy
Jews?
and all the sorts of shit like that. Then again, have you seen the PC focused Discord server, dude?
No.
I went into that just to see. Okay, let's see. The dude does a lot of stuff about like in between the Sweet Baby crap, like about game preservation and whatnot. So I figured I'd go in just see what the dude was about.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm big on game preservation. That's
but I looked in
a
and like
big thing. I
that fucking server is a flaming trash pile, dude. Like I went in because there was like I admit like I'm huge into emulation and whatnot, so I figured check those out. Those channels were fine. Then you go into the general chat and it's a trash fire, slurs being thrown around everywhere, and among other things, it's like, all right, sure, keep it classy. I'm not staying in this shit show, so I left because it was a mess, dude. I think I lasted a couple of hours because, oh man,
well, I think I don't know this thing you show me, like this little graph. You say he posted.
yeah,
Um,
I literally just look. This was literally the one
like
that the
he.
dude
I
posted.
mean, okay, look, I'm all for calling out Larry Fink, but the whole Israeli flag thing,
Yeah, no,
that's
like
not cool.
it's really not cool at all. Like I said, Hokunotism like even posted, learn how to talk about the issue and not sound like a crazy person. It's actually hard to get people to take it seriously if you go on rants about how Jewish Satanists are out to destroy video games. And then
Oh yeah,
the
you just
dude
sound like a
posted,
bulltard.
yeah, like the dude, like Hokunotism, like went on to say, why Sweet Baby sucks. They're nepotistic, incestuous assholes that barely do their job and demand millions for it. They're quoted as saying they force game devs to change stuff based on fear of outrage mobs that they stoke up. They dox and harass anyone who talks about them. And then it said, when you get to Jewish Satanists, in quotes, you are setting up the best possible thing for journos whose entire jobs, in capitals, are taking things out of context and spinning things for them to tout and call you crazy. Stop being autistic for 2 seconds. And then it said, I genuinely don't care if someone actually thinks satanic pedophiles are out to destroy gaming, but you keep that shit on lock and focus on the objective. That consultancy companies are just strong arming studios and leaving them in the dust. And then another dude said, thank you. I'm tired of all the blatant anti-Semitism from everyone on this site. You can be against modern progressivism and BlackRock without bringing up Jews and bringing up blood libel. Because, like, that's the thing, like, especially, like, with, this crowd, like, there's been so much anti-Jew sentiment, and that's not even bringing up the, shit show that is the, pro-Palestine neo-Nazis.
Oh
And,
yeah, well that's all over the place. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't want to get too much into that. Though I did. I'll refer to my videos on Terror Strong.
that reminds me, by the way, after the chat, please send me the links to your social so I can get them put in the description so people will know where to catch
Oh,
you at.
oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'll yeah, I'll get that right away. Yeah, so I'll link to
Man, we already got
oh
away
yeah, I
from
gotta
what
get
we were talking about, like that we were gonna do for a subject for the podcast.
oh oh I thought you had that all planned out already.
Yeah, we mentioned kind of talk about gaming and whatnot because that's one of the things you wanted to talk about. You mentioned something
Yeah, it's
about
one of
a
the things
like Final Fantasy panel, right?
I'm hoping it's not definite that it's happening, but I'm hoping to get on a Final Fantasy panel with some big YouTubers at
What
some point.
like is that going to be like talking about a new Final Fantasy or just like talking about Final
Or
Fantasy in
no, just
general?
talking about Rebirth. Just talking about Rebirth.
Ah, okay. I
Yeah,
suppose since we're on the topic of Final Fantasy, what's your favorite game in the series?
4.
Understandable. My favorite is probably 5 for the Game Boy Advance, which I know is a port, but it's how I was introduced to Final Fantasy, and you kind of don't forget that, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was in
4
my
was my first one.
nice.
Yeah. So where do you want me to post the link?
In my DMs will work.
Oh, in the DMs. Okay.
Yeah, because then I can just go get it all gathered and just put like if you wish to catch more Dash Attack, check out these links.
All right, here you go.
Much obliged. Out of curiosity, have you played For the After Years?
Um, on the Wii, I did, and then but I didn't finish, and now I can't finish because I actually lost my original Wii. I had to
Ooh,
buy a new one, and the Wii shop is closed. So like that original version of After Years is like,
just
and
vaporware
of
now.
course I didn't feel like getting the 3D version because I heard it had like cut content. I might end up I think I own it. I think I might own it though on Steam. If not, I guess like that's the only version you can get now.
I think, wasn't there a port of the After Years for the PSP?
Yeah, there was a port for the PSP. I tried emulating that.
Ah,
You know,
yeah.
it's just PSP emulation. I'm not crazy about. It's all right.
The last
That's why
PS
I was so happy when the new Crisis Core port came out for the remaster.
yeah,
It was so much better than trying to emulate the PSP version.
fair enough. Like the last PSP game I emulated was Shin Megami Tensei Persona, which I thought was really fun.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that's really into the Persona Shirigami series.
Like this is probably gonna be a hot take, but I don't think Personas 3, 4, and 5 are fun, whereas Personas 1 and 2, that would be Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment, are quite fun. But like I could not
Ah,
get into 3, 4, and 5. The anime was good though.
I see. Yeah,
That
so
sounded kind of judgmental. I'm all right. Go on.
well, no, you mean I think the word you're looking for is elitist, but no,
What do
that's
you mean
fine. It's your
elitist?
opinion, man. I'm elitist about Fire Emblem. I think you know I'm one of the things that really blew up my channel was going off on the localization of Fire Emblem Engage.
Localization. I
Uh,
fucking ah. Anyways,
yeah.
that's gotta be a subject I gotta either bring up with Kamoku or if you come on again, because that's at least 1 or 2 episodes of a podcast. Because holy
Yeah,
shit, that is a mess.
yeah, big rabbit hole. Big
Yeah.
rabbit hole of nepotism and just fart sniffing.
Yep. What a mess. Out of curiosity, for someone looking to get into the Fire Emblem series, where would you recommend they will start?
Well, my favorite game in this series is Path of Radiance. That game is very rare and very expensive online. So but I guess like if you wanted to get into Fire Emblem proper, um, if you could find a copy of perhaps Shadow Dragon for the DS, it's a full remake of the original Fire Emblem.
I'll have to look into
I'd go
that.
for that.
Very nice. Out of curiosity, have you ever played um, the Dungeon Crawler series Fate?
Uh, oh, I'm so far behind on the Fate
No, I'm
series.
not talking
Like
Type Moon. I'm talking Wild Tangent, like the series that started like '06 and ended in 2011.
uh, no, I mean, there's so many Fate games and shows. I can't keep up with them all.
Oh, this one isn't like this is entirely unrelated to anything Type Moon. Like this is I'm not even kidding here when I say it's not even in the same realm or anything.
Oh, it's a different franchise.
Yeah, an entirely different franchise. Started
Okay.
2006, ended in 2011. Was 4 games. I'll DM you the link to the first one if
Oh,
you're.
oh yeah, sure. Like, send me the Steam link if it's on Steam.
It is. It's also on GOG, and also Wild Tangent themselves apparently has a subscription service now, which is, I mean, neat, I guess, but I don't get it. I say that despite having had the thing a couple of times. I don't know why that says $195. It's not actually 195. That's $7.99 right now. Yeah.
Ooh, and yeah, Steam sales still going on.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, one of the frustrating things, um, is I try and have a positive like spin on a lot of the news. And I try to be like kind of an uplifting and fun channel. Like I'll talk about like some of the crazy stuff in entertainment, but I just don't want to be a doom and gloom type of channel. But I just feel like, so many accounts are just not like that. They're just also like, and especially like right now, like I'm not sure if you follow Manga Lawyer.
I had, but then I saw some of his newest dumbass posts, and it was like, yeah, that's not it for me, Chief.
Yeah, like it's just like he wants you to just like not like the only games you can buy are like Stellar Blade. That's it. Until he finds something wrong with that, and then
Like, I don't even try to watch these channels 'cause they're all just like grifting on the whole fucking do. Sorry, I curse a lot. Um, Probably should have warned you ahead of time. Sorry.
I know it's fine. Cursing doesn't bother me. I curse all the time.
Fair enough. Like, it's so much just doom and gloom. Oh, everything sucks. Blah blah blah. This thing, that thing. Hypocritical argument. Blah blah. Pull the fucking other one, dude. Just would it kill you just to go out and smell the roses while we still got them?
Well, I think the problem with like a lot of the big channels and like the people that have been doing this a lot longer than me is that they don't know how to switch gears.
See, for me, I
You
think
want to know
it's
who does
more
know?
like, sorry to cut you off.
You want to know who knows how to switch gears and call shit out?
Go
You
on.
want to know who? Asmongold.
I don't like the guy, but that's just a personal thing.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I hear like he's an admitted asshole
No,
himself, but
he
like, and
reminds
he's had
me too much of myself, like at my worst. Like,
ah
yeah, because like I got a lot of issues, both related and unrelated to my brain damage, which renders me unable to work. So like seeing a lot of this stuff, like it's I can't do it.
oh, is he unable to work?
No, he can work. I just mean like the stuff like where his room and whatnot's such a mess. Like it,
Oh yeah, everyone talks about his room.
like there was even this one picture that a VTuber put out of her room, and like one of the first comments was, or maybe been a quote tweet, was did Asmongold transition? And the room was admittedly a lot worse, but like holy shit, dude. Like there's just I don't know, man. Like I don't vibe with the whole like not really cleaning up after yourself thing.
Well, I mean, I have I have disabilities, so like my room is normally kind of a mess. In fact, like like I do have to like keep minding myself to like clean up
Like
whenever I have company.
my room's a little bit of a mess, but a lot of that is because my camper, which I'm living in, is partially being used as storage. I got like 5 boxes of canned goods, one cabinet which has been converted into a canned goods shelf. I got like 5 different things of animal food in here right now. At least two 50-pound bags of cat litter. I've got old monitors, new monitors, a couple of microwaves I'm using as storage shelves. I've got a couple of heaters, an old exercise bike. I've got some totes filled with computer gears, a couple of tables, my bed, a couple of regular shelves not being used for anything, some bedding and whatnot. Like, it's not that I want my place to be a mess, even though it is a little bit of one. I just kind of got like no choice, despite my best efforts, man. Like, should I have even got
Yeah,
right here on this little stoop? Yeah, power supply unit for a computer. Which would,
nice.
I mean, yeah, I just don't know what the hell to do with a 450 watt power supply unit right now. Sorry, we went way off topic
I don't know.
again. That was my bad.
Yeah, well, I live in an apartment complex, so like I'm good on power right now.
That's fair. My power situation is kind of jury rigged. I had to help. Well, I mean, I dug a ditch. I got the wiring put through a couple of PVC pipes, filled in the ditch that I dug after putting the pipes with the wiring in it. Then the person who I was digging the ditch for ran the wiring to an old single wide trailer, and that's where this camper's getting the electricity from. I'm not quite sure how it works, but nothing's caught on fire yet, so I assume that's a win.
I'm looking at these games you sent me. 2005.
Yeah, but the game's held up pretty well, not counting the Cursed King, which is a broken mess. But I'm not sure if for the Cursed King that's just the Steam version that's a mess, or if it's all the versions, because I don't remember them being that bad. But like the original Fate, Undiscovered Realms, and the Traitor's Soul work well. I even not too long ago actually did a stream. Well, I say not too long ago, but like I did a playthrough it last year, and they were working
Yeah.
perfectly fine. So I assume it's
Yeah.
just something with the Cursed King.
Speaking of old games, I bought a bunch of the old Prince of Persias on Steam a while back. I I should probably test those out.
Probably because like um they may not work right. I know at least on Windows 11, not sure about with 10. Well, actually I know with 10 it works fine, but like with Windows 11 you flat out cannot play Fallout 3 anymore. You may be able to with a whole bunch of tweaks, but like I tried using the anniversary patcher and whatnot, and I could not for the life of me get Fallout 3 to work anymore.
And
Yeah, which is a shame because I had a
yeah,
playthrough I
what
started.
about New Vegas? I was hoping to stream that before the Amazon show came out.
Oh man, that looks awful. Have you seen the trailer?
I think it looks great.
Man, like they just posted a trailer with a clip and it was so bad, dude. Like
Which clip?
I was the one that I was actually posting the official like Fallout Amazon show Twitter. Like they had really bad dialogue. Like we're talking worse than Marvel Avengers level dialogue. It was the most stilted shit. There was an end like a like Baltimore that was the talking. There was a ghoul with pretty shitty dialogue too, and then there was the appearance of a Brotherhood member in power armor who was like flying without a jetpack. It doesn't look like it's gonna be good, man. Like I'm trying to hold out hope, but it looks like a flaming trash fire, man. Especially with the
Well,
more
you must
details
have
coming
seen
out.
a different clip because the trailers I saw look pretty good and pretty game accurate.
You
A
talking the one
lot
that
more
just came
game
out today?
Oh, the one that just came out today. Let me see it.
Yeah, let me go
Um.
into DMs real.
Okay, Fallout.
Or hold on, let me just scroll through my thing. Um, good lord.
Oh. This poster. Is this what you're talking about?
No, there was an actual clip, dude.
The
Hold on.
poster's bad.
No, hold on. Check your DMs. I just sent it. It's a minute 45 clip.
Oh, let's see. You just sent it.
Yep.
Okay. Um. Fallout.
And even the power armor doesn't really look. I mean, it looks accurate to the game, but at the same time, it looks like it's made out of rubber and plastic. And the dialogue, man. Ooh. I gotta say, looking through the comments, they all seem basically the same. The comments, which makes me wonder if it's actual genuine comments or if it's bots. Then again, I see one, what I can guarantee is an actual genuine comment. Mr. Inculta, your treatment of the citizens of Nipton seems unfair, so I'm obligated to intervene. Lordy. Gosh, New Vegas really is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, hopefully I can get it to run.
If you're rocking Windows 10
Yeah.
still, you
So,
should be
so
fine. Oh, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, dude. You
yeah, it
first.
seems a lot of seems like all the comments are positive mostly.
Yeah, but like, just watching the clip and listening to the thing,
I get what you say about the dialogue. It sounds a little stilted.
it sounds extremely stilted. And the way that their bearings are, like the way they body language. Ah,
Yeah, it's like, stop! Please don't shoot this man.
yeah,
They don't think it's right.
it, man, I don't know. Like, cause I've played to date every Fallout game except for Tactics Brotherhood of Steel and the Brotherhood of Steel PS2 game. And I want to be honest, like, uh, I don't know, this just doesn't look like it's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will. So, what, out of curiosity, how long have you been gaming for?
Um, since I was 6 years old.
For me, it was about, I think, 5 or so. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. What was your first game that you can recall playing?
Super Mario 64.
Nice. For me, it was either like I'm trying to remember. Like there would be like 2 or 3 games I was playing back then. It would have either been the original Mortal Kombat, the Jack Specific plug and play, Diablo 2, or Super Mario Bros. I'm trying to remember. It was like
Oh
one
wow,
of
you
those three.
started with Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, the original one. That was a good friggin' time, dude. Got introduced to
Yeah.
Kino just right off the bat. But I was so crappy. It took me until 2 or 3 years ago just to finally beat Shang Tsung. But like when I was younger, I got as far as Goro. I just was really friggin' bad. But at least I did finally actually beat Shang Tsung. It just took
Yeah.
a lot longer than I'd like to admit because I was never good at Mortal Kombat. I wasn't exactly bad, but like the original Mortal Kombat and hell, even Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 just weren't really my thing. I still gotta try
Oh,
beating 2 and 3.
yeah, I love MK9. MK9 was like my introduction to Mortal Kombat, and it was like I think it's the best game in the series.
See, I would have to disagree with you. I think the best game in the series is Deception. But I can see where you're coming from. 9 is extremely fun. Great
Yeah,
gore details, fatalities, and whatnot.
I was like so surprised they didn't bring Onaga back for MK1. I was so certain like he was gonna be in it, and he wasn't. And that game died.
It absolutely deserved its death. That thing should have been just brought behind the shed and I'm sorry, Mortal Kombat.
It has no modes. It has no like everything is like unlockable live service bullshit.
It looked so bad. Like I'm gonna say it. I clocked it potentially being bad. Like as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, let's see, terrible character designs, terrible trailer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna suck. And, like I caught a lot of
Well, I
shit for that, and now people are coming out now that it's safe to do so. Yeah, this game sucks. Yeah, no shit. I kind of clocked that shit. Like I'm extremely good at that. Like I even clocked
the
Callisto
worst
Protocol.
part is in story mode when the story was like sort of good, better than 11's, and then it just goes straight into Avengers multiverse bullshit.
Speaking of Avengers multiverse bullshit, did you see the latest thing coming about the Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
Oh yeah, so apparently there's one hero in every universe so that if they die, the universe ends. That makes no sense. What if they die of old age? Does the
Exactly.
universe end?
That makes no fucking sense. Like, who the hell thought this was a good idea to write that shit? Like, how the hell these companies haven't gone bankrupt, I will
I
never
mean, did the
understand.
universe exist before they were born?
Clearly not. If it hinges on their survival or death.
Like, yeah, that would be like a cool concept for a universe, like a
Exactly. A
universe. But for every universe to be like that,
I don't get it.
oh,
It.
yeah, Deadpool 3, I predict it now, it's gonna suck. I know people had high hopes because of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna try and give it their all. But I don't know. It's just Disney still has all of its production problems. They still don't have good writers. They still don't have like, the team. They can't just like magically pull out a win. Like they don't have the Russo brothers anymore. They a lot of the like
I mean, this is gonna be a
I
hot
just
take, but like the last good, in my opinion, Ryan Reynolds superhero movie was R.I.P.D. Everything after that has sucked, and I stand by that.
Detective Pikachu and everything else.
I thought those were terrible. Yes, the only good Ryan Reynolds movies, like post Green Lantern, which was pretty bad too, was
Oh
R.I.P.D.
God. Yeah, I like the first Deadpool.
I hated it.
You hated Deadpool, the first Deadpool?
Yeah,
I get it's not for everyone.
but I was actually really excited for it because I'd been a huge Deadpool fan. I'd even been reading the Marvel Zombies comics and whatnot, and I saw Deadpool and was like, okay, yeah, guess I'll go back to just reading the comics. Like, I don't know. I hated Deadpool, man. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Sorry, by the way. If that kind of irked you.
No, no, Deadpool. I don't care about Deadpool that much.
Yeah, fair.
I was never really a comics guy. I'm more of a manga person.
I'm both. Like, I like manga and I love comics. I was first introduced to comics because of manga. Like, I started. Ah, oh, fuck, my shoe just broke. I started out with Bleach. Like, I got a like from the school library, they had one of the volumes of Bleach, which is still weird to me, but it was something to read. So I
Yeah,
read that, and that was
Bleach
fun.
has a very strong beginning. I don't like where it goes off to, like towards like volume, like once they get to the once they introduce the Soul Society. I just I know like there's people that do like where it went, but like I thought it was just cooler when he was just fighting these soul eating monsters.
That was cooler. Yeah, the Soul Society. This is probably going to be a hot take, and like I say this as a fan of Bleach myself, the Soul Society is fucking stupid, and so are a good chunk of the Shinigami in Bleach. That being said, Kenpachi, you're my number one, man. Man, I'm probably gonna catch some shit for that, assuming that anyone watches. I don't know, like it's weird. Like if when I talk about stuff like this, it's weird. Sometimes I'll get like a lot of views, but then sometimes the viewer retention is just like 20 seconds. Nothing wrong with that. It's just it's kind of weird. Like when I talk about stuff I enjoy talking about, like no one watches. Nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Am
well,
I
you
boring?
see,
Like I'm not even asking this to be rude, but like am I boring?
are you boring? I'm not bored.
Fair enough. I still can't believe
No,
my
it
dang
just
shoe broke.
a lot of people they don't get like nerd stuff. They just don't.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, and of course, like there's normies that think they know nerd stuff, but really all they know is like the MCU and shit.
Or Dragon Ball Z, and that's it. And then they're like, man, why ain't my
Oh,
Mushoku Tensei more like Dragon Ball Z? Where's my damn Goku and power scaling? Ah. Or there'll be like people who only watched Naruto being like, man, the anime sucks. And it's like, have you considered expanding your tastes? Or people.
um
Sorry.
read or reading the manga. Because I'm a big Naruto guy.
I'm something of a Naruto guy myself, but like I don't know, like the one thing that really irks me is those people calling themselves like anime fans and whatnot, and then they'll only watch like a couple of things of shonen and then just judge the whole genre based off of that.
Yeah, there's tons and tons of anime like with different genres. Shonen's not the only genre.
Exactly, but people treat it like it is, and everything else is just weird aberrations. It's a shame too, because like I'll watch stuff like Restaurant to Another World, which is still my favorite anime, or I'll watch Zom 100, which is a rather new seasonal. I'd recommend it. Or I'll watch
Yeah,
Toriko and
Zom
all that.
100. Yeah, so I get most of my anime from like Netflix now mostly. I still need to use my High Dive subscription more. I refuse to do Crunchyroll because of after they got absorbed by Funimation or they absorbed Funimation.
Yeah, they
Either
absorb
way,
Funimation.
Funimation is in there, and so I can't trust it.
I understand. Like the only reason I use Crunchyroll is just because I can do it for $8. There's no commercials. That's the only reason I got Crunchyroll still. It's the cheapest subscription that I could get, and it's got some of the stuff I watch, so I can just catch up on seasonals and whatnot.
Yeah, what's good about High Dive is cheap, but I hear like they've cut support for like a big international, and there's no real TV app for it.
There is an app, but it's shit. It's really bad. I miss back
Uh,
when Verve was a thing. Do you remember VRV?
nah.
That it was an all-in-one app. You could get Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive, Mondo. You could get like Verve had its own Verve Select thing, which had some live action stuff, whole bunch of Sentai things like that. There was the Rooster Teeth subscription back when that was a thing, and there was like two or
R.I.P.
three other stuff. Yeah, R.I.P. And there was like two or three other things though, and like it was only $11.99 a month, but you had access to a massive library. The app itself was phenomenal, really well coded, and like if you didn't want to watch from one service, because it was all in one, like $12 a month, you had just a massive selection. But for whatever reason, Elation, which was the parent company for Crunchyroll and Verve and all that at the time, decided, nah, let's kill it. Too many people like it, but then a lot of companies, I guess, were pulling out, which was a shame. Like I said, Verve was the best. Like it has the
Uh,
best UI out of all of these apps, RIP, and like it was just really well coded.
well, do you know that a big anime series is actually going to be streaming to X?
Big anime series.
Kaiju no 8, it's called.
Ijuno Wade. Is that what you said?
Right? Yeah, Kaiju number 8.
Oh, Kaiju number 8. Okay, sounded to me like you said
Yeah.
Ijuno Wade, so I was very
No, I said
confused.
Kaiju no as a number.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. And you said that's going to be just streaming to X, like Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a big video on it, and it got a couple thousand views.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, I'm very proud of it. I'm also very proud of the thumbnail because I actually I'll send it to you. The You'll like the thumbnail. You'll like the thumbnail.
No problem.
Oh yeah. Oh man. It's like looks like it's of my videos. It's like my eighth highest viewed videos.
That's awesome, dude. Genuinely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's.
You found me going off topic for a second?
Oh yeah. What's up?
What size shoe do you wear? And this is related to my next
I'm
point.
not really sure. I don't know. I think I'm a size 5 or 6.
I am a men's size 13. Like, I got big
I,
honkin' feet. That's US.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's not right. Uh,
Yeah, is that
all
what you
right.
said,
So
bro? You
I'm
got tiny
gonna.
feet?
No. I have decent sized feet.
You know what the
And,
worst part about getting shoes for a size 13 is?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the thing yet. Let me
Oh yeah,
just open up my phone.
yeah. Let me see what you think of the thumbnail.
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, very nice. That is actually awesome. That is a very nice thumbnail. There's a female, awesome kaiju looking creature, Elon Musk, and your VTuber avatar. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the female's Jamie Markey crying.
Okay. Oh, that her. Yeah. It probably says something about how unmemorable she is that I don't even remember her name.
Yeah.
But going back to the shoe point, like, you know what genuinely the worst part about having size 13 feet is?
Right.
You can't find shoes your size, but when you do, they come apart within a year and a half. If you're lucky, most times these tend to come apart like within about like 6 months. Again, if you're lucky, they just don't make good shoes for size 13 feet, dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. Looks like I got big honking feet. And like admittedly I am semi-sedentary, but like I get shit done around the house, help take care of grandpa, work in the garden around summertime, and like I work with my farm animals and whatnot. Like I have to go back to wearing boots, which thankfully boots seem to be okay for size 13 feet, but like these things just come apart. Like as you can, like you can't see it right now, but like this fucker's literally like 3/4 of the way off because it decided to come apart on me. And like the way these are made, like they're just glued in, and the glue's just finally worn. Like rather than actually sewing these to the thing, they're just glued and really poorly done at that. Like I'm not sure why the hell like they don't make a good size 13 shoe, but it is a legitimate shame.
Yeah. I I don't know. My shoes seem to last pretty long.
With how like rather sedentary I am, like the most like foot intensive thing I do usually is walking to the barn and feeding the ducks or walking to the mailbox to grab the mail. You'd think these would hold up pretty well, but they don't. They're just so poorly made that there's like really
Well,
no
yeah.
reason
The
to
only
buy
thing
these.
with my feet is I wear orthotics because my feet are flat.
My feet are not flat. What do you mean your feet are flat though? Like I'm not even asking this to be rude, but like I hear.
Well, oh no, no. Like some people have like feet that like they don't arc,
Oh, your
and
feet don't
so
arch?
yeah,
Huh? Didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, yeah. So like they have there's orthotics like these little things you put in your shoe that like help your feet like kind of like stand up so you're more comfortable.
Okay. Out of curiosity, like, and sorry for cutting you off, but like, what's the biggest like pain in the ass you that happens with you? Like where you go to report a whole bunch of anime news and whatnot.
What's the biggest like the hardest part of like doing it?
Yeah, like what's the hardest part of doing it? Like, what's the biggest pain in the ass?
Well, depends. Like like news videos are easier to do. Video like essays are a lot harder to do, and I haven't done one in a while. So I they don't normally get to do as many views as like the quick hot button news because like it's everyone. This is why like the news media only like really does like negative stories is because like that's just what like gravitates the clicks.
Yeah, rage and black pilling cells.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Black pilling. Yeah, like that's like the big thing. Like, I'm all for like the anti woke like movement, but like, like the black pillars, man. The black pillars, like they're just trying to depress the fuck out of everyone and
Yep.
make people like give up like their hobbies entirely
And
by like
it's
making them feel like, oh, like the wokies have complete control. Like, no. No, you can always push back.
Exactly. As long as you draw breath, you can push back against these types.
Yeah, don't let like these fuckers tell you what you can and can't enjoy. Like, like I brought up Warhammer and then like, oh, he's like, well, the Warhammer hates the right wingers. Well, no. No, like people can have fucking fun with their stuff because it's theirs. They
Yeah,
bought it.
exactly. Like, that's interesting. Like, I've seen both the quote unquote Chud Hammer and the quote unquote um woke hammer side. Like, I've got friends from both sides of the aisle, but like, and this may be kind of a hot take, but I find both the Chud Hammer and the woke hammer sides both insufferable as hell. Like, you got one side constantly being like, "Oh, we need female space marines. Oh, sorority, blah blah blah." But then you got the other
I
side going, "These people are all garbage. Fucking, you're all like whatever of Slanesh, blah blah blah." And like, oh, that like they'll like the quote unquote Chudhammer side seems to do a lot of personal attacks. Like, and it's insane. Like, I was just watching like, I'm sure you know that Lynn Highway Heretic fella. Like, a lot of people
no,
hate
I
that.
don't.
Like, that person's on the Wokehammer side, or supposedly is on the Wokehammer side. See, I've not seen a lot of these issues, but then the quote unquote Chudhammer side seems to bring up a lot of tweets, some of which I wonder if they are fake, and just tend to, like I said, they do a lot of personal attacks towards her. And it's like, dude, like, I get that you guys have issues with these people, but must you resort to the same tactics you accuse these guys of pulling? Do you think it makes you, like, a better person? No,
Yeah,
like, it brings
like
you down to
I
the same level you accuse them of being at.
yeah, look, I've been called like, you know, yeah, like, I don't want to like just generalize like, but like, I've seen like, there are, just because someone isn't a SJW doesn't mean like they aren't like capable of being just as insufferable.
Exactly. And that's why, like, a lot of these sides, be it the quote unquote, like, right wing and the left wing, you will never see me support. Like, I even made a tweet pretty recently, even saying, like, that you will never see me supporting the left wing or the right wing on issues because they're both two insufferable sides of the same crappy coin.
Oh, do you know what like this whole thing with George Lucas right now?
I saw some
Have
of
you
it, and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, like so he backed um so like all the anti-Disney accounts like they all said like, oh, they want to protect George Lucas's vision of Star Wars for the fans, and oh, we like the prequels now, and then like George backs Iger because George doesn't really give a shit about Star Wars anymore, and he's just like looking out for his dollar.
Exactly.
And
Like,
and yeah, like,
I'm just
and
very
so like
tempted to
like
mute Star
they
Wars
people are
entirely.
acting like people are acting like George Lucas betrayed them.
It's like, dude, it's
Like,
a fucking like movie series, TV like series and like a couple of video games. Like, oh no, they've betrayed. Like, dude, fuck, like get a life, touch grass, just fuck off. Like all these people just coming out like, oh, it's always
the thing
suck.
is, I let go of Star Wars like a while ago. Like, I've moved on to like different things because Disney completely molested it.
Exactly. Like, I admittedly do touch occasionally, like some of the newer Star Wars stuff. Like, I will
Yeah, like the
admit.
Mandalorian season 1 and 2 was great.
So was the last few bits of Clone Wars when they finished that.
Oh yeah,
Like those were great. Like, I even occasionally touch the newer games just to see how bad they are. And this is gonna be a hot take, but like or maybe this will be a hot take. The Cal
I liked
Kestis
Fall.
Star Wars games I thought sucked.
You didn't like Fallen Order,
I
like the
didn't
first
like
one.
Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor. I thought they were both terrible.
I didn't even play Jedi Survivor because I heard it was like optimized like shit.
Yeah, apparently it is. Like, I played it and I didn't get too much issues, but I thought it was just crappy. Like the I will give them credit. The lightsaber, like the forms, like the blade forms, like how the like dude swings the saber and whatnot. Those are on point. The animations are great, but yet again, here's the issue of like the lightsabers in games being basically worthless. Like, if that makes sense. Like, sure, they do damage and they do slice through clone troopers, but like a lot of them can block shit with their energy stats, and then don't some of them tank the hits? And occasionally, it's like, come on, dude. Like, that's one of the reasons why you won't see me watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and whatnot, because as far as that one's concerned, you can tank at least two lightsaber hits and be perfectly fine, which
Oh
which
yeah,
invalidates the Phantom
lightsabers.
Menace.
Lightsabers under Disney are nerfed as fuck.
It's
I mean, did
so
you
dumb.
hear about Ahsoka? Did you see Ahsoka?
Hell no. As much as I
I
am
watched.
very
I
sexually
watched.
aroused by Rosario Dawson, I won't lie. You can't fucking make me watch that show.
Yeah, Rosaria's pretty hot, but yeah, um, yeah, like Ahsoka sucked. It meanders. It focuses like you know they were totally like trying to like they were doing things with Ahsoka and Sabine. Like there was an implied there were implied like it was like full South Park Panderverse. Like they didn't go all the way. They didn't like kiss, but like it's just like you felt like the like it's focused so much on their relationship they never had in Rebels. Like all this off-screen relationship, apprentice relationship, and then Sabine suddenly develops the Force out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. It like the way
Yeah,
they do a lot of this shit.
it's
Like,
part of like apparently they've converted Filoni to the whole everyone can be a Jedi
hmm,
philosophy, and that just breaks the universe.
it's so fucking dumb. Then again, this will be kind of a hot take, but I didn't like Rebels. I thought it wasn't good. I thought the animation was bad. I thought the
Oh yeah,
characters were
they
bad.
they they cut they cut the bud Disney cut the budget for that significantly from Clone Wars, and you could tell like like some of the a lot of the Imperials you don't see their eyes because they don't have any.
Yep.
They didn't render the faces. They're all the same X models, so like they just use that to it's a trick that a lot of JRPGs use.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think the story was good though or anything. I don't know. Like I just
Season two, I liked season two. I didn't even finish season three or four.
I'm not surprised. Like I barely made it through the first season and I was like
Yeah,
this
season one's a
hates
bit
me and is
rough.
wasting my time. I'm going to
I
just not
like the
watch it.
second season. I like the second season. The second season, more shit happened.
I believe it. I just could not force myself to watch it.
Oh, you didn't even get that far.
No, I barely made it through the first season before I shut
Yeah,
it off.
I dropped it part way through season three, so I never got to Kanan's death or anything.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go on to a whole different subject if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, no problem, man.
What
I'm
made
here.
you
It's your
decide to
show.
become a VTuber?
What made me decide to become a VTuber? I wanted to do what everyone else was doing, but I just didn't want to like show my identity because I was nervous about getting attacked or like having crazy people like calling my job. And I think like VTubing, it's a new thing. It's catching on. You know, I could do that.
That's fair.
And so like I gave it a shot, and then like I gradually learned how to do everything. I paid out of pocket for not one but two models. I actually upgraded eventually.
That's fair. What I did for
Yeah, my
mine.
current model was
Sorry.
made by a freelancer. Like the other one was made by a team from Indonesia.
Very nice.
Yeah, they were both pretty expensive, but so I'm not going to be upgrading anytime soon. I might in the future, but my model is based off my Final Fantasy 14 character from the MMO.
I'm familiar with the game. He just won't make me play it. I tried. I didn't enjoy it, but it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of fetch quests you got to do before you get to the cool stuff.
See, I'm
And it's
perfectly fine
it's
with
not
fetch
for
quests. It wasn't for me. Like, I'd rather go back and play any of the other Final Fantasy games. I don't know.
well, yeah, it's definitely like yeah, it's definitely pretty slow paced. And I think that was like, because the same writing team, was and did Final Fantasy 16, which a lot of people were complaining how the story is structured there.
See,
But like
I
a lot of the
loved Final
quests,
Fantasy VI.
16.
No, Final Fantasy VI. That's not what you
Oh,
said.
Final Fantasy 6. I meant I said 16.
Oh, I thought you said six. It sounded to me like you said six.
No, yeah, Final Fantasy 6 is pretty great. It was very ambitious. Like, I think it has the most party members out of any Final Fantasy thing ever.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's been like 5 years since I played six.
Yeah, I played it on the Wii Virtual Console.
I played it on the PS1. I gotta get my PS1 games out of storage again because I want to
Yeah,
play
I
Bushido
have a
Blade.
PS2 that I use as a PS1. I don't have that hooked up as part of my like current streaming setup. I have a bunch of consoles, including a Sega Genesis Mini 2,
Nice,
which has Shining Forces CD on it.
very nice.
Yeah,
My current streaming setup. Right now I just got my PC and my Xbox hooked up, and that's kind of it. I got like the rest of my consoles in storage.
yeah. What have you been playing recently?
On stream, I just did some more Hitman 3, or World of
Oh, nice.
Assassination. Yeah, it's fun. Like what I ended up bringing back my World's Worst Hitman series, which instead of playing Hitman like you would normally play one of these stealth assassin games, I go in and treat it like a tactical shooter, which it's not the approved way, and you will get a low score, but it's the most effective way. And it took me a lot of trial and error just to be able to actually figure out what the best way to do that was. And like I know that will piss a lot of longtime Hitman fans off, but like it is so much more fun to treat the Hitman games like they're tactical shooters as opposed to assassination games. But I have played these games like properly as like just stealth assassin games. Cause like I started out with Absolution and then went back and played Blood Money, Contracts, and 2. I haven't played the very first Hitman yet, or Sniper Assassin. But like I played the rest of the Hitman games, and like it's just a lot more fun to treat them like they're like tactical shooters. I don't know. Like it. I don't know, man. Have you ever done it like that?
I've never played any of the Hitman games. Oh, actually, played one of the first reboot, and like I thought like it was pretty cool.
That's fair. If you ever like if you ever get the chance, I would recommend actually playing the series because it is just genuinely so fun. Though if you do play Hitman, like any of the games prior to Absolution, do it on console because like there's a
PC ports aren't.
yeah, the PC ports do not play well with modern hardware and modern Windows. Like
Fortunate, unfortunate.
yeah,
I wonder if those issues could be fixed with Steam Deck.
maybe because it is Linux, so theoretically would be fine. A lot of the issues like they were made for the hardware of the time, and like where our new hardware's got multiple cores and like a much better GPU.
Yeah,
Like
we
everything. Like that's the
this
issue.
is so bad for game preservation. This is so bad.
Yeah. So theoretically, it might be fine on Linux, but I don't know for certain. Though I gotta really like, if I can one of these days, like I might actually switch to Linux. Honestly, like I'm just trying to decide because there's a lot of issues with how games handle Windows 11. Because like I said, Fallout 3 unplayable. And it's a shame. I just I have so many issues with Windows 11. Like I said, if you ever get the chance to choose between that or Linux, go Linux, dude, because there's a lot less issues with Linux. And I say this having daily drove multiple distros of Linux and having been daily driving Windows since I was a kid. Man, I'm sorry for just cutting you off a whole bunch. It's genuinely not my intent. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm listening.
Yeah, like man, like people talk about game preservation, but then like one thing I've noticed a lot of developers do not do is like write patches for some of their older games to run with Windows 11 properly. Because like, and the reason
Well,
that
because no, there'd be no money in it. Why put the work?
you
That's
say that,
why.
but I feel like you'd like a lot of these guys would get some good cash if they did write patches so they'd be like working with Windows 11 because there'd be a lot like wider and a lot newer of an audience for their games.
Yeah, it's true. Generally, game companies want you to buy their newer stuff.
I mean, fair, but like there's even newer games that don't play well with Windows 11. So I don't know, man. It's just weird. S- Um, let's talk
Oh
about.
my god.
Oh, what's wrong?
No, I'm just looking at this screenshot from the acolyte, and it looks cheap as fuck.
The Acolyte? Oh
Yeah, the
yeah, the
new,
Star Wars
new
thing.
yeah, yeah. Here, I'll send you the
Yeah, I've seen
picture.
the trailer, dude.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't even bother with that garbage.
it's so shitty, dude. Like they have the crappiest like bit of dialogue, and then they're very clearly trying to very cheaply copy a wuxi martial arts films or like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but like with none of the soul and none of that stuff. While still being Star Wars, like they even have like a little martial arts fight in the trailer, and it looks like a cheap knockoff of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but with lightsabers, and it's like, this is the best you guys got, really. Like, oh
uh
man,
oh, let's see. Um,
you ever watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
most of these Jedi in this screenshot are human. I see like one alien in this like group of supposed Jedi.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck Disney so much. Like, it's they can't pander to CGI aliens, so they just
I mean, even if not CGI,
uh,
you'd think they'd throw on massive amounts of makeup and latex. Because
no,
like,
like George Lucas's Star Wars had aliens.
yeah,
Like, like Disney hates aliens.
don't you know? Human centric, human power. Like I don't fucking get it. Like for being space fantasy, where there's multiple species of aliens such as dogs, Rhodians, Twi'leks, friggin' Wookiees, friggin' like all sorts of Trandoshans and all that shit. And like Disney Star Wars basically just sticks to humans and droids with the occasional bit of Wookiee for alien diversity. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, like the prequels gave us really cool new species, and the prequels gave us these cool new species like Darth Maul's Zabrak, and the Kaminoans, which are like one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Kaminoans were really cool.
Yeah,
Like, this is gonna be
and
a hot take, but I loved the prequel trilogy, and I know that'll piss people
I
off.
love the prequels too. I love them even before it was cool to like them.
Exactly, like, I grew up with that shit, and, like, I'll even now go back and watch it. It's like, oh, this is so friggin' cool. It's like,
Yeah,
I.
they just don't. These people don't understand. The boomers like they didn't understand these movies. They're brilliant.
It's not even the boomers. Like, my grandparents liked them too, man. Like, it's not so much the boomers so much as Star Wars fans, notice the air quotes, they will bitch about that, but now that they've had the chance to hate the sequels, with all these shows coming out, all of a sudden these people are coming out and be like, I love the prequels now. But then you just go back even like a couple of months with their tweets and it's like, man, the prequels sucked. Why did people like this stuff? Man, fuck American Graffiti too. It's like, okay, buddy. Like, you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
It's annoying, this kind of two-faced like stuff, man. Out of curiosity, who is your favorite prequels character?
Anakin.
For me, it was either
Oh, actually, no. Uh, Palpatine.
yeah, Palpatine was great. For me, that would probably be Dexter, Jetster.
Oh yeah, I love Dexter. He's so his part is so quick, but he's like such a memorable character.
He really is. Like, they did great for friggin' Dexter.
Oh yeah, you could just tell that like this guy used to kill people
Oh yeah,
for a living. I mean, like he might be working like as a chef at a little burger joint now, but like this guy killed people definitely,
that's
and that comes across.
that's one of the reasons why I love the Star Wars books, which have mostly been relegated to legends. Like,
Yeah, they destroyed so much lore when fuck Disney.
yeah, that reminds me, man. Like, have you seen how much they apparently fucked up the Battlefield re-release? Or not Battlefield, Battlefront? I
Oh
mean,
yeah, that. Oh yeah, I hear it's like optimized like fucking shit. Like,
optimized
why
like
would you release?
shit. Like, only a couple of servers which only hold like 64 people, I think, give or take. And that's it. Plus 73 gigabytes for what should have been at most 15 gigs. Like, if they were
For
just doing,
both games? Yeah.
yeah. And then on top of that, apparently it's not even really all that finished. Like, there's like major issues. Like, how do they fuck up so bad? That's what I wonder. Like, I know a spear is known for fucking up, but how do you fuck up this bad?
I don't know. Like they should have like they need to be able to delay these games if they're not ready.
Exactly.
No more like, oh, we'll patch it later.
Exactly. Cyberpunk set a
No,
bad
no. Don't
precedent.
release the fucking game if it's not fucking ready.
Exactly. Like I said, Cyberpunk set a bad precedent. And, like, and I say this as a dude who got that shit, like, within, like, the first couple of months of release, back when Sadie was a thing. Cyberpunk, like, I will never be a fan of Cyberpunk. I am not pro Cyberpunk, and even to this day, like, despite the fact I played it and finished it, I am never gonna touch Phantom Liberty, and you will never see me shell out cash for Cyberpunk again. It's not worth it. The game itself, while I did beat it and maxed out my stats, wasn't worth doing. In fact, I'd go so far as to say Cyberpunk 2077 should not be looked upon fondly, and the fact that people are just apologizing for its oversights and overlooking them now just kind of irks me. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just kind of a bitter fan of video games at this point, but fucking Cyberpunk, man.
We all have that one game we
Yeah,
just can't stand.
like I'm not even kidding here when I say I've probably put like 75. Well, I say 75, probably like somewhere between 50 or 75 hours into Cyberpunk. Because like when I played it on Stadia, This is like well before Phantom Liberty was a thing. I played the game. I did basically all the side quests. Maybe not the car imports, but who gives a shit, right? I didn't do the apartments either, but like I did just about all the side quests. I played as female V in Romanced River. Um, then I just did all that sort of shit, like all those different quests involved and whatnot, and like I don't know, man. Like it just did not like even feel worth it. So, like, man. Out of curiosity, what's your one game that's like that?
Game I like really didn't like. I guess it would be Fire Emblem Engage. I just didn't finish.
I figured you would have said Fire Emblem Warriors.
Nah, I didn't play Fire Emblem Warriors.
That's fair. If you've played one Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors or Warriors Orochi game, you've played Fire Emblem Warriors, dude. Like back when there was the, I think it was like either Switch or Wii U kiosk, may have been Switch around the time. Like they had the demo for that, and it was just a worse Warriors game. The combat was not as
Well,
good. The enemies were like hit sponges. It just wasn't worth it, dude.
the thing, reason why I didn't really play it is because they didn't have Ike.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
He's my favorite, man.
I get
I'm
that.
gonna have to stream his game at some point. I'm gonna have to. I have it. I paid hundreds of dollars for Path of Radiance,
Good lord.
and I can play it on the Wii. Backwards compatibility.
I think the most I've ever shelled out on a game is like um $80. Now it's for Modern Warfare 2 2022. Not worth it, by the way. That was a pre-order. Not even the Vault Edition, just the regular Standard Edition. Like Modern Warfare 2 2022, while it was an alright game, I only played it for the multiplayer. Like I still haven't touched the campaign, and I doubt it's worth it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, man. Like I'm just, man. The retro, like let's talk about the retro gaming market for a bit. Like,
Yeah.
what's the craziest price you've seen in this market that's just a thin veneer for money laundering?
Well, uh, well, I haven't I haven't really had the funds to really like do any like dumpster diving on eBay as of yet, but I've shelled
If you're saying something, dude, you would just cut off out again.
no, I just lost my train of thought. Like, but no, I understand like, the inflation on classic games is it's bad, but like I think it also shows like, the retro game market is growing because of the state of regular gaming.
I mean, fair enough, but like it's been really bad since like 2018 or 2019, dude. Like people only really started noticing around 2020. Like some called it the retro YouTuber slash LGR tax. But like it to me it really seems like, and I've said this before, not on the podcast, but I've said this on Twitter, it really seems to me like the retro gaming market is just a front for money laundering. Because they will jack up the prices of anything just about to ridiculous prices. Makes you paid a couple of hundred for Path of Radiance. And like I've seen stuff that when I was a kid was considered really shitty games, kusoge if you will, but now going for like 500 or more. It's like, really? I don't get it. Out of curiosity, what's a game that you hated that everyone else loved?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's fair. What about what's a game you loved that everyone else hated?
Um, no, no, wait. Oh, that's what it was. I got your question reversed. So Shadow the Hedgehog, I liked. Everyone else hated.
That's fair.
And a game that I like that everyone else hates. Well, I don't hate the game, but like I really like. I didn't finish Near Automata, but I think if I tried again, I could. I
Fair
don't
enough.
hate it. If I ever said I hated Near Automata, I people would kill me.
That is totally fair. Like a game that I hated that everyone else loved, Cyberpunk 2077. A game I loved that everyone else hated was that Walking Dead game that just came out. That what was that controversial one? Hold on. Walking The Walking Dead Destinies. I only have 3.9 hours into it, admittedly. So like I haven't put that much time into it, but it's just more I haven't had the time to go back and play it again. Cause like I actually really enjoyed it because I like the concept. Because like the I sorry, just looking at my DMs real quick. But like the concept of a Walking Dead game that you could like go through like multiple choices which would affect how the story goes. The concept is a really cool idea. Unfortunately, it was kind of poorly executed. Like it felt like a great game from the Xbox 360 era put out in the Xbox Series era. If that makes sense to you. Like if this would have came out
Yeah,
like 2013 or so, or whenever the hell season like 4 came out, I bet this would have like made like ridiculous amounts of cash and like been looked upon fondly. But where it came out now basically, and where it had all of these issues, it's not going to be looked back on fondly, and it'll be looked at as nothing more than a cash grab. And it's a
which
shame
game is
too.
this?
The Walking Dead Destinies. It's that one everyone was
Ah,
memeing on.
yeah. I'm not a Walking Dead fan, so I wouldn't know.
I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. I've read all the comics. I've seen most of the TV show. I've seen just about all of Fear the Walking Dead. I've seen a couple of the other spin offs. And I've even played most of the games, not counting Telltale's The Walking Dead series. And, like, I love that shit. And it's a shame, man. But what can you do?
Yeah,
Out of curiosity, what's your favorite series of any sort? Like from any
my favorite.
world or country, I mean.
Well, I mean, my top favorite thing like was Star Wars. It really was Star Wars, and so like with all that's happened to it, you can see why that was disappointing. So I guess that's kind of been replaced with, I guess, Naruto. I
That's fair.
guess, yeah. Like I'm a fan of a bunch of different things. Like I don't think I have like I'm really into Final Fantasy now because like everyone's different.
That's fair. You ever play Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah,
What's your opinion of it?
I like 13-2 more.
I still haven't played 13.2 or Revenant Wings. I haven't had the chance yet.
You played Lightning Returns though.
No. I've only played Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, I never finished Lightning Returns because I didn't like the time mechanic. It's just too much stressful. I need to figure shit out and complete it. And like don't if you mess up certain tasks, like you have to wait till like the next day to complete them.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I love Final Fantasy 13 2 is a great, especially for a creature like monster catching game. It's It's a lot of fun, like especially like with the DLC where you can get like Omega on your team. You said you were a Final Fantasy V fan, so I'm sure you know about Omega.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I beat the final boss with Omega's like hyper beam.
Damn, bro. Look at you, all overachieving and shit.
Well, the thing is also like the capture rate for the DLC characters and monsters is abysmal.
I'm not
But they
surprised.
have some fun ones. They have Utos from Final Fantasy VI. They got Gilgamesh. I think
Gilgamesh.
those were the two, and Omega. Like those were like the big crossovers, and the others were like 13 characters you couldn't normally like 13 Lightning and her partner, and then that Jill Nabbit from that girl with the glasses that gets killed by Daisley.
I'd like to say yes, but I'm kind of drawing a blank.
I'll show you a picture of her. Jill.
It's been
Well,
like
the thing is, she was kind
2
of a
years.
waste in 13, and they kind of even like make a joke about it. Yeah, so I'll post the picture.
All right. When it
Yeah,
shows up, I'll
this 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 lady.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm drawing a blank, but it's been like 2 years since I played Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, so you just don't remember this character.
No.
She dies anyway. Like she goes after Zaz and Vanille,
Okay.
and then she dies on the ship just before Daisley reveals his true form.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can unlock her through the DLC. Um, the next Final Fantasy game, like I'm hoping to stream for my audience after I'm done with well, depending on if the DLC for 16's coming out anytime soon. They're gonna show the trailer for it on Friday, so
I'll
I'm
have
really
to
excited
watch
about
that,
that.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't have a PS5, so like I haven't been able to play 16 or Strangers in Paradise.
I love Strangers of Paradise is a fun, like very like the story is like it's there, but like it's a very good gameplay experience, and I Jack is a fun character.
I believe it. I just like those
You
games
know
look
the
incredibly fun, but where I don't have the platform, I just kind of don't haven't touched them yet.
Yeah, well Strangers of Paradise is also on PS4.
I don't have a PS4 either.
Ah,
Yeah, no. The last PlayStation console I owned was a super slim PS3, and that I gave to my cousin. It's a shame too, cause like now there's all sorts of cool modding shit going on with the PS3, like super slim. Like you can temporarily soft mod your PS3 with a website now. Like if you have a super slim, which is
mm-hmm.
impressive because when I had my super slim, you could not even like soft mod it slightly, but now you can, which is cool. Oh well. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking out loud, dude. I don't mean to cut off your flow.
No, it's fine. I'm just getting kind of tired.
That's fair. Do you play any racers?
Racing games?
Yeah,
I've played Mario Kart.
fair enough. That it?
Um, yeah, I'm not really big on racing games too much. Be cool if Sega came out with another racing game like that Sonic racing game they made for not the Sega All Stars game, not the shitty Mario Kart clone that they made for Sonic recently.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't touched a Sega game in years. I think the last Sega game I played was the Yakuza game. So I guess I did touch actually Like a Dragon Gaiden, but other than that, like I don't, I don't know. I don't really tend to touch the Sonic games or any of that anymore. Too much
Yeah,
disappointment now. So it's like, yeah, wow, what a surprise! New Sonic game came out. Good for you. And I hate to be like that, but it's all slop now. It seems like, which like as a longtime Sonic fan is just depressing.
at least the movies are good.
Haven't seen them. Heard good things, but I haven't seen them.
Oh my god, you gotta watch the Sonic movies. I honestly think like the shit's better than Marvel. I am.
Dude, the bar is so low that it's in hell.
Oh
Anything could be
yeah,
better
of
than
course.
Marvel.
I go no, but honestly, I love their great family films, and they like okay, so like it's its own universe, but it also like I feel like in its own way, like kind of incorporates like the game's lore with its own lore pretty good, especially the second one, which has more game stuff in it than the first one, if that makes any sense.
It does. Sorry, I forgot you can't see my webcam, so I was just nodding. I was like, he's not responding. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really gotta check them out at some point, because they seem like they'd be pretty fun. Especially when they
Yeah,
got
the
Jim
third one
Carrey.
is good. The third one's they're doing Sonic Adventure. It's gonna be incorporating stuff from Sonic Adventure 2, right?
I saw the memes about that, yes.
Yes. Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fucking love Sonic Adventure 2.
I kind of didn't play Sonic Adventure 2. I did play Adventure DX, though, which I know a lot of people complain about, understandably.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure is an alright game. I just like Sonic Adventure 2. But both have really good stories that really eclipse like a bunch of like the Sonic games we got in more recent years,
But what
like the
about
last
the
decade.
best Sonic game, Sonic 06?
It's funny, like, the game might be bad, but like I think if I think that game like deserves like if they actually gave it like a remake, like a complete remake, it might be salvageable.
Hell
They'd have
yeah,
to
Ultra HD Sonic getting kissed.
yeah.
Sorry, I had to, man. Like, oh man, like what? It
Oh
honestly
no,
was an alright game, but like there is so much meme-worthy stuff from that.
but just Sonic getting killed was is meme and Mephiles laughing. I hope Mephiles is in Shadow Generations.
There's a new Shadow game coming out.
Yes, it's attached to a remaster of Sonic Generations. They called it Sonic X Shadow Generation, and yes, the gay jokes like came with that title. It's a bad title, so I just call it Shadow Generations because that's the new game attached to it, and
Okay,
they're bringing back Black Doom.
nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Underrated villain,
I believe it.
Lovecraftian alien squid thing.
Shit, you had me at Lovecraft. There's so much cool Eldritch shit out there, honestly. Oh man, maybe I should
Nice.
like replay Eldritch one of these days.
Oh, hey, speaking of Eldritch, the Alone in the Dark reboot comes out tomorrow. I'll let you know if it's
There's
any good.
another Alone in the Dark reboot. Did they not
Yeah,
learn
I
their
know that
lesson
game.
from the Xbox 360 days? Oh.
Well, this one's more like the original.
You say that now, man, but I'm worried it's going to be another Alone in the Dark Xbox 360,
It's
man.
you don't climb buildings in this one. I don't think.
At least there's that.
I tried playing that on PC. It runs terrible.
I'm not surprised. A lot of the games from like that era seems to Deadly Premonition has a lot of issues with PC. Same with the sequel. And there's like at least five or
Oh,
six other games that same thing that yeah.
I should get the Switch port then if I ever go for Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, that or if you can get a cheap copy for like 360 or PS3. So many have either of those consoles.
I don't have my 360 anymore. I just use my Xbox backwards compatibility.
Man, like that's another thing. I can't believe they dropped the ball so hard and just stopped doing backwards compatibility. Like they claim was
It's
licensing issues, but like I doubt it. Sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, like Xbox? No, they just didn't want to pay any more money to redistribute any more games.
Which is a shame because there's so many good games that we will never be able to replay because they're a bunch of tight-fisted bastards who put out shitty games instead of letting us play the good old ones. They'd rather
Yeah,
shell out
Xbox.
cash for
Fuck. I
ESG
I
shit.
it. I am so surprised Xbox has so many simps after what they've done to Halo, and like not even trying to compete with Sony at any capacity.
This is gonna be a hot take, but like the last good Halo game was Halo 5. Infinite sucked.
I know Infinite sucked.
Like Halo 5, like people will bitch about the story, and that is understandable. The story was not great, but the gunplay was great. The guns were great, and the multiplayer was extremely fun. I put so many
Definitely an
hours into Halo
improvement from
5.
Halo 4. Halo 4 had terrible multiplayer.
I thought the multiplayer was great in Halo 4.
Really?
Yeah, I loved
Well,
that shit.
maybe the Spartan Ops. Spartan Ops was good, but competitive multiplayer.
I didn't do competitive, so I'm not sure about competitive, but just like regular multiplayer I thought was really fun. I did a lot of Slayer back in the day.
Yeah. Right. Are
Speaking
we
of,
ending soon?
yeah, if you're tired, man, I'm perfectly fine ending.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me on. I know you've been wanting to do this for a while.
Hey, shit happens, man. Things happen. Things got delayed. It's perfectly fine, man. If you want to come back on again at some point, let me know.
Yeah, sure. I'm open to it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem. Had a good time.
All right. Later.
Yep, have a good one. And thank you for listening to StarchCast on the Tater Mountain. Mountain? No, for real though. Have a good one. And here's hoping to many more episodes of StarchCast. May she have a long reign.